So the infinite reality dreams or imagines this finite existence exactly how as we individuals dream at night and experience all sorts of wonderful or horrific things. But do we ever actually become any of those contents of the dream? No. The moment we wake up, we know it was an illusion. In fact, our dreaming mind is a reflection of the process that the cosmic mind is doing at the grand scale of the cosmos. But then why even imagine? Why not stay as the unmanifested being alone? The funny thing is, this question itself is the contradiction. When we consider something as infinite, and then in our limited mind's perspective, we ask the question, why do this and why not that? Our finite mind is trying to put limitations on the infinite. Because essentially, infinite is doing what it stands for. It is doing everything that is possible. As existence itself, it always stays as true essence, as the ground upon which then it manifests the infinite possibilities of apparent existence. It dreams this insentient universe or multiple universes of matter and energy, and also as sentient beings like us or other animals, insect species, birds that move in all direct dimensions, and even the non moving like the flora all around us. And then, when the time is done for manifestation, it dissolves them and returns back to the unmanifested, and then starts over when the time comes. The infinite is not leaving anything out and fulfilling what infinite truly means. All the while, never changing one bit and maintaining its pristine, untouched, changeless nature. Because all the manifestation is happening in a reflection type apparent sense. Just like how the TV screen remains the same constant, unchanging, no matter what type of movie you play on it. Happy, sad, drama, intense action. The screen is ever untouched by all of it. Or like in our own experience of sleep, we wake up the same person who slept and dreamt all the wild fantasies that appeared and disappeared upon waking. Or at this point, I would even introduce a contemporary analogy of an open world video game, where you, the player, is the only conscious principle involved without even actually being inside the game. The environment of the game, including the character you are playing or the other non playable characters, are nothing but lines of code. And no matter what happens in the game, the real you is outside and untouched by any of it. The game is just an apparent world with all its modifications as the experienced open world, along with the characters in it. And they're all essentially nothing but lines of code, regardless of how intense the activity seems within that given world. This world that we experience in our waking state is just that ultimate level game from an experience point of view. Our senses, which are the body's interface through which we enter this world, are just providing us the most vivid experience, but only relative and limited to what our senses can provide. If you would ask any other species, they would tell something different. The incredible thing to appreciate is that the one absolute being is creating this beautiful illusion through a mechanism of an apparent subtle separation as a subject point of view, like us or other species that have this subject awareness, and also appearing as the object to these subjects, merely through the veil of sense interaction. While both the subjects and objects are essentially just a manipulation of the fundamental field of matter. In turn, all this provides the ultimate being, which has no perspective or any experience in truth, to have this multiple billions and billions of separate point of view experiences. Because to have an experience, you need to have something apart from you. And the infinite has no parts. It is one undivided whole. So by mechanism of this illusion of separation, it is able to have the ultimate party of infinite individual points of view within itself. And the poetic interpretation would be that God is an artist. The infinite undivided awareness through the imagination of a cosmic mind executes the power of creation, then sustains that creation, and when the time comes, eventually destroys it. When I truly sat with this realization, it completely shifted how I view my daily life. If the one undivided whole is using my specific, quiet, introverted perspective just to experience what it feels like to be me, then the pressure is entirely off. The mistakes, the anxieties, the moments of feeling small, they aren't failures. They are just the cosmic artist experiencing a specific shade of the painting. We don't have to fix the illusion. We just have to realize that we are the screen, not the movie. As William Shakespeare perfectly said, all the life's a stage, and the ultimate reality puts on the ultimate show of this apparent creation to celebrate its infinite glory, to express its real nature as love itself, but not the love of the worldly kind we individuals experience, because that finite love is relative in nature to the circumstances of the moment. But even this relative love is just a reflection of that infinite love. But from the level of this world, not all things seem like that expression of love. There are horrible things happening in this world all the time. And it's hard to recognize love, especially in such adverse circumstances. But whether it's good things in the world or bad things, depending on wherever it lies on the spectrum of intensity, we can recognize the best and the most beautiful as the brightest expression of that infinite love, while the dark manifestations are like when that eternal love is eclipsed. But both these scenarios are done intentionally in order to achieve a specific outcome in this world of causality. They're all but a game of hide and seek by that love nature of the infinite, which in principle are essential to the causality factor of creation and its sustenance, because Since everything is an appearance and so is temporary, in order to maintain that causality of coming and going, sometimes the infinite has to hide itself in order to play out the destructive aspect. And when it has to shine in all its glory of eternal love, it projects forth as the most exquisite of creation that we see all around us. If there is suffering in this world, there is no doubt that there is immense beauty as well. And that is the nature of a causal reality. Things are only appreciated in a relativistic relationship, which also essentially maintains the causal flow. But in the most fundamental sense, this apparent reality allows the infinite that has no experience in itself to have the multiple point of view dualistic experience. That's it for today, folks. Please don't be shy to share your thoughts below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless and peace to you all.